Hi, this is Keith with Intech, and we're here today to look at the all-new 2023 Flyer Pursue. So the Flyer Pursue got a lot of nice new upgrades for 2023 like the rest of the Flyer lineup, which we'll take a look at. But one great thing about this little unit is it's just under 14 feet in length, only weighs about 1,500 pounds when it's optioned out with everything on it. So very lightweight, very towable by most vehicles. Like the rest of the Flyer lineup, it's going to be an aluminum skinned unit, and it's going to use our aluminum frame cage construction that we use on all of our products. So let's take a look. All right, so this is what really sets an Intech apart from anything else you're going to see out there when you peel back the walls and see how it's constructed. So what we do is we build our own aluminum chassis and base frame for every single unit, and then there's an aluminum cage that is then welded together and welded on top. So this is one solid welded structure before it ever starts down the production line. And what's unique about that is how most RVs are going to be made is they're going to have laminated walls that will then eventually throughout the process be screwed or stapled down to the floor. And then the roof is the same way. It's going to be screwed or stapled to the sidewalls. So you can imagine, in particular with something like a Flyer where you're going in very demanding conditions and roads and off the beaten path, all the twisting that unit's trying to do. And if it's just screwed or stapled together, you're going to see things like caulk joints fail, you're going to see things like cabinetry fail. With this, one solid structure, all tube construction, completely welded together, extremely strong, and can handle any of the demands that you're going to put it through. Okay, so now we're back to the exterior of the unit here. On the front side, you're going to see we have our tongue box. This is now going to be where your battery is stored, but you'll also still have some storage inside the tongue box, along with your battery on-off switch. So that's a great feature where when you're done camping, you can click off the battery switch and not drain all the power from your batteries there. Off to the side, you're now going to have a standard 20-pound LP tank that mounts up front, and that's going to feed to a quick connect that we'll look at over on the side of the unit. Coming over here, you're going to see we're going to have our white aluminum exterior skinning on this, and you can do this in 5 different color options. So this top piece that's exposed here, it can be white, charcoal, silver, red, or black, and then you'll always have the black ATP across the base of the unit. Up front, you're going to have a storage compartment. Now this one is going to have our kitchen optioned inside. So you have a flip-up door that latches up out of the way. If you did not have this kitchen, this would actually just be a large storage compartment on the inside of the unit. But with the kitchen slides out, and now you have a 2-burner stove. You have a table off to the side, and this table, when you're in travel and it stores inside the kitchen compartment here. But when you pop this off at the campsite, you can drop it in, and it gives you a nice prep space for the rest of your kitchen area. We even place in some little holders where you can hang utensils on it. It's got a little bottle opener built right into the side of the table. On your kitchen, you're going to have a 45-quart cooler. This is going to be a cooler with a compressor. So you'll be able to set the temperatures to whatever you need it to be. No matter how hot it is outside, you can take this down to freezing temps if you wanted to. Underneath the cooktop, you're going to have a nice little storage compartment, areas for pots and pans. So you're going to have your LP line right here, and this LP line is going to feed to a quick connect, which fed from that 20-pound tank that we were looking at on the front, and it comes in and plugs in right here on the side of the unit. When you're done using the kitchen, you can pop that out. You can also use that LP Quick Connect for any other portable items that you might have. Another neat add-on this year to the Flyers is the ability to add water. So you have an 8.5-gallon fresh water tank that is optional on the Flyer Pursue. It has a quick connect right on the side, and then it has a hose that comes with that. So the hose can be used up in the kitchen area as needed, but it also is long enough that it can wrap around to the back side of the unit. You can spray off anything you need, and you have a lot of range with that hose. In the kitchen compartment, you're going to have a little panel across the top. Here you'll have a little accent light that can come and shoot across the top of the kitchen when it's darker out. Your water pump switch is going to be right there. And then you'll have an on-off switch for your fridge. That way you don't have to reach behind the fridge to access that if you need to turn the refrigerator off. You'll also have an outlet to plug in any 120 items. Again, nice location, feeds right over to your table for something like a coffee pot that you might want to have outside with you. Coming down the side of the Flyer here, you're going to see we'll have a step that's built, an Intex step built right into the side. And this is actually part of the frame and structure of the unit coming off of the tongue. So this gives you the strength to be able to jump up on top, and now you can access your roof. You'll see we got our roof rack. This is an Intex made roof rack. It's got crossbars that are fully adjustable. So if you want to adjust and slide these in to accommodate something like a rooftop tent, you can easily do so. This has a 250-pound rating on it, so plenty to handle rooftop tents being added on, or if you're putting bikes, kayaks, other equipment up top, easy to adjust it to whatever you're trying to do. Also on the roof rack, you'll see we have an awning. This is a 270-degree awning, and it's freestanding. It has legs, but you can also leave the legs off and it can support itself. It will come around and it'll actually cover the entire kitchen area. So it'll give you good coverage over the kitchen table area, and all your prep space will be covered from the elements. And then it has a small section on the back that flips out and extends the shade to the back of the unit and gives you a little more shade off the camping side here. You'll see this one's going to have our off-road tires on it. So this is going to be a 235 tire. That's an upgrade from the 205 that comes standard. And when you go to these, you get an all-black rim and more of an off-road look to them as well. That'll also increase your ground clearance by about an inch from the other standard base tire. Towards the back, you'll see we're going to have stabilizer jacks. New for this year, we've always had the stabilizer jacks in the back, and then you'd get stabilizer jacks in the front if you optioned in the kitchen. Now in 2023, 4 stabilizer jacks come standard on the unit no matter how you equip it. Around the back side of the unit, you'll notice a new spoiler design for the 2023s. Giving you another little lip and coverage over the door area, and also just a nice little aesthetic upgrade. Also on the spoiler, you're going to have your loading light, so this will work as your marker lights when you're driving down the road, but there's also a switch inside the unit that will turn on a light that illuminates everything off the back. Another neat thing you can do on the Pursue model is there's an add-a-room tent option you can add to it. And it's an elastic band that goes around this entire back end, and every unit's prepped for it. It's going to have little hooks on the fenders and up on the roof of the unit, and you can add basically a pop-up tent that will extend your living space. You could have kids sleeping back there, or just give you additional area to be able to stand up and change and move around in. Down low here, you'll see we have our 2-inch receiver. The 2-inch receiver is rated at 175 pounds and is set up to handle bike racks, storage racks, anything else that you want to bring along with you on this little unit. Coming to the road side of the camper, you're always going to get a full-size spare. So again, we talked about how this one had the off-road tire upgrade on it, so it's going to get a matching off-tire spare on the side. Towards the front end, you'll find your shore cord. So your 30-amp shore cord plug-in is going to be right there. Directly above it will be a solar port. This is wired directly into your battery. So if you have a briefcase setup that you want to plug in, that'll feed directly to the battery. With the water option included, you'll have a Water City fill right here. So you can fill or you can hook directly into the water. And then above that, when we get to the inside, we'll talk about this more, but this is a plate for the furnace. So Pursue now has an option for an LP furnace for your heat source. All right, moving to the inside of the Pursue now. The Pursue is set up as sleeping quarters for you. You have 2 mattresses that come in it. They're basically, when you lay them side by side, you end up with a 60 by 80 inch bed. Or you can stack them up easily, move them out of the way, and give yourself additional storage space when you're traveling down the road. Looking at our floor, this is going to still be, even though this isn't a toy hauler or something you're going to be loading heavy equipment in, we still use a 3/4 inch Drymax flooring on this. So very heavy duty. And then over the top of that, we're going to use our Infinity woven floor. This floor is heavily used in the marine industry. It's a PVC coated fiber basically that they weave together, and extremely durable and very easy to clean. Even if you were to get a stain on this, it's really a matter of soap and water and a scrub brush and you can clean it right out. Nothing soaks in and absorbs to the material itself. Going to the sidewall construction of this. So you'll see we're using carpet on the sidewalls. It does give a nice, cozy, homey feel inside the unit. The other advantage is we want you to be able to load up any of the gear or larger equipment that you have in here. And as you're throwing that in, it's not going to scuff like a wallboard would on a normal RV. We're also going to use a thicker wood for that construction. So a normal wallboard is fairly thin. This is going to be close to 3/8 thick. And so if you hit this hard, you're not going to take a chance of puncturing through the wall. You're also going to have great screw retention. As we talked about the floor being 3/4 inch and now that being a nearly 3/8 inch wood wall, you have great screw retention. You can go through, you can add on racks or fishing pole holders or TVs, anything you want, you're going to be able to attach to the wall ceiling of this unit. And then on top of that, we'll even provide you with the frame overlay prints. So from that construction you saw earlier with all those tubes, you can find exactly where those are at and attach directly to them. In the back end of the unit, we'll have a little 120 volt plug-in. That way, if you want to come off the back side, you got some power there. As we look further forward inside the unit, you're going to see the front cabinetry design changed a little bit from last year. You're now going to have a couple little cubbies for storage built right in there. Up above that, you're going to have a large countertop. Now, the new feature for 2023 is an optional LP furnace. We used to give you heat by providing a heat strip inside the air conditioner, which is great if you're able to plug into shore power. This is now an LP system, so if you're dry camping and you're off grid, you can run off your LP tank and have heat inside the unit. Pursuit still has an optional air conditioner on board though. This is an 11,000 BTU AC. You'll see the controls are right here on the unit itself and just a direct flow AC. So definitely more than enough power to keep this little unit here cool, no matter what the conditions are outside. If you are unable to plug into shore power though, and you still need to keep air moving inside the unit, you'll see up here on the side, we have our Max Air fan. And that comes with a small controller that has the ability to try to control the temperature. So it has a thermostat on board that it will either exhaust air out or pull air in, depending on what it's trying to do to keep the temperature maintained inside the unit. And it also has a rain hood on it, the way the hood opens up on it, so you can run this Max Air fan even while it would be raining outside. Up across the front end then, you'll still see we have our stereo system up there. You'll have a converter that's set up for a lead acid battery the way it leaves our shop, but there's a switch on board with it. So if you want to switch over and upgrade to lithium batteries, you flip the switch on that converter, it'll properly charge your lithium battery setup then. Up across the front, you'll also have additional plugins for 12 volt USB charge controllers and more 110 charge control outlets up front. So that's a quick look at our Pursuit. Now the one we looked at here today has a lot of our great options already included on it. So again, the slide out kitchen is an optional piece on this unit that you can place in there. The LP furnace, the 8.5 gallon water tank, the off-road tires, the roof rack, the air conditioner, and the awning are all optional pieces on the Flyer. You can always do our adventure package, and the adventure package is nice because what it does is it takes and gives you the kitchen, the off-road tires, the AC, and the roof rack all in one package. So thanks for tuning in.